Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Saturday Dota League. Game number 2 between the Business Gaming and Boreal Esports starts right about now before playoffs begin next Saturday, and this game will decide basically who is the top seed and who is tying it up. If the Business Gaming can pull out a win, they will be in first place. If not, they'll be tied with Boreal for first/second place. Not sure what we'll do about tiebreakers there. But, of course, you can check that all out at SaturdayDotaLeague.com. We do have the picks already well underway. Sorry for the delay on the draft. Needed a little bit of food to keep myself going here. And keep myself
10 seconds remaining.
Live and active for the cast. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast so far. We do have Queen of Pain and Undying up for the Business Gaming. They do once again respect ban out that Jeppens Tusk as well as the KVH Shadow Fiend. This time we will see Leshrac and Wisp banned out by Boreal Esports. Leshrac, of course, played very well by Sue's, whatever you want to call her, last game. So, not too surprised to see all that. Boreal, though, will get their hands on the Earthshaker right away, a hero that played a pretty big role in the previous game, in my opinion.
Radiant team pick.
For the Business Gaming, however. And TBG going to grab a Queen of Pain and a Zeus, so a lot of nukage coming out. They'll have that sort of strong Undying Zeus lane, which can be very strong in terms of taking away their HP and then just nuking them on down with the Zeus. So
10 seconds remaining.
that is what will be going on there.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Sorry about that. We do have Rubik, though, once again out for Boreal Esports. I was told to either call the player Box or Flower Power. I'm not sure which of those I'm going to choose, honestly, but we'll pick one eventually here. Their stand-in, who played a very good Rubik last game, indeed. Was pretty pleased with that, honestly, and thought it made for a pretty exciting game, indeed. We'll see TA and Storm Spirit banned out, as well as the Broodmother and Bristleback. And Gyrocopter actually coming in as a 4th pick, since he was not banned or picked. Also, we haven't seen Visage touched by either of these teams yet. A little surprising, but I still think Visage is a strong enough pick that we could justify him getting picked up anyways.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
We'll see the response coming out from the Business Gaming right now. Z-Rock, honestly, in the last couple games I've seen him, just has not been playing at his fullest. He kind of looks like their weak link at the moment.
Witch Doctor!
And that, of course, is not what you want to see happen. We'll see Witch Doctor picked up by the Business Gaming now. And Juggernaut banned out by Boreal. Another one of those mid-game carry heroes that can be very hard to deal with if you don't have a lineup that works very well around him. as I found last night in a pub game. You just don't have enough lockdown for Juggernaut. Things can quickly fall apart.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Let me triple check and make sure.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I seem to have a problem with Moobot here.
Radiant team pick.
Let me retry putting that score in. There we go. Okay. Looks like I just needed to add my moderators as editors officially, which I had yet to do. Anyways, it will be Spirit Breaker and Juggernaut getting the final ban. Spirit Breaker, a very good initiator. It makes me think the Business Gaming is going to be relying on this Witch Doctor quite a bit, or that they want to pick a hero who's going to sit very far back in the fight, something along the lines of Sniper. Don't particularly think Sniper's the best pick here, judging by all the burst damage that's on Boreal Esports, but we shall see what their choice is. Excuse me.
10 seconds.
As it'll be Invoker coming out for Boreal Esports for their mid lane pickup. Probably going to be an off lane Earthshaker, unless it's like an aggressive tri-lane with a mid lane Lina, safe lane Invoker kind of thing. This is Spectre coming up for the Business Gaming. Definitely something they don't want to have shut down. And if I remember correctly, let me just check out Dota buff real quick. As I can pull up their previous stats from Dota buff. That's weird. I'm not finding it at the moment.
10 seconds remaining.
Here's the Saturday Dota League, totally. So, the Business Gaming is what we're looking for. Do they play Spectre often? I don't believe so, but I believe they've had quite a bit of success with it in the past. Let me just see if I can find her. Actually, according to Dota Buff, they have never played Spectre. Now, I wouldn't say never, as there are only 13 matches of the past month in here, because I believe Business Gaming recently revamped their lineup after Diamond left the team. But looks like Bella is out of the game at the moment. Let me fix the overlay up here. Still Spectre, one of my favorite heroes, and a hero I actually think will find her place in this patch very soon. Many people would say, well, her place in this patch is in the trash, and I would have to not completely disagree with you there. But we shall see. Apparently, okay, that's a little strange. TrackDota is showing us as having 12 viewers, and I'm showing us as having 7, but whatever. You know what? Sometimes things get a little off. Again, thank you guys so much for coming out. Means a ton to us. If you didn't catch game number 1, I'll be sure and have the VOD up sometime later tonight on the YouTube for Truesight TV. Of course, if you haven't yet checked out the YouTube for Truesight TV, you're going to want to do that. It's a pretty great channel, if I do say so myself. And you can find that by doing !YouTube in the chat. Of course, a warm welcome to all the viewers that have come over from Truesight TV #1 as well. That is wonderful. I made sure and put our host up there as soon as they got done with the casting for the Starladder TV Pro Series playoffs. A big shout out to them for letting us cover that and for us being able to help them out with that. Anyways, we are going to be right into the game right now. Xerox going to grab up a Tango Salve and a Circlet, as well as that Quelling Blade to move into lane with. It's going to be him on the Spectre. Down toward the bot lane, it looks like we'll have Zeus on the mid lane. Zeus, Quilly on the off lane, Queen of Pain. Something that I want to say they ran the other night. Not 100% sure. We're going to have Jing on the Witch Doctor, and that'll leave Bella on what appears to be the support Undying. On the other side of the river, we're going to have Jeppins on the Invoker, actually headed off toward the safe lane. Riser will be on your support Earthshaker. We'll have KVH on the Lina. Up toward the top lane, we'll have Pizza Dad 37 on the Gyrocopter. And, of course, Box or Flower Power or whatever the name actually is there on the Lina. The Lina. The Rubik. Wow. Worst caster ever here. Anyways, they think they can maybe get first blood, but both teams are kind of perched for it in the same position, only on different sides of the map. Unfortunately. Of course, I'm SP Revolution 5 for Truesight TV. A big shout out to everyone for coming out to the channel today. We're over on Truesight TV 2 on Twitch. Of course, you can also find us on Facebook and Twitter at Truesight TV. Really useful stuff as well. In fact, let me real quick message our overlay artist man here.
Denied.
Just gonna mention to him that we'd like a Facebook and Twitter button for right under the stream, where we've got lovely, lovely buttons. And if you like some of the work he's been doing, of course, he goes by Cedran. He's around here sometimes. I'm sure he'd be delighted to help you out, especially if you were able to offer payment. And if you want to help us out, we are accepting donations to help pay him. Anyways, Riser is getting harassed out. Already got a good decay hit off there. Xerox gonna move back in. Can't do too much in lane, especially having already thrown out the Spectre Dagger, and it's just extremely, extremely slow at 290 move speed. But Bella gonna be backing off a bit now. Does have 3 stacks of decay up, so a lot of extra strength, and making these heroes a little afraid to fight against Spectre could be very big. But Spectre doesn't do too well in a ranged matchup. In fact, she's most prominent, in my opinion, in the melee versus melee matchups. Against heroes like Faces of Overlord. Wilson lift out the Rubik. Xerox could be going down. It'll be first blood going over to Rubik here. Looks like Bella will be able to get past there. Jing, though, going to clean up the first blood killer, or assist her, brother, by taking down Pizza Dad on that Gyrocopter. And we will see Bella taken down by Riser, but Xerox coming back in here, wants to find a kill, doesn't have a point in Desolate up, but it will still be enough damage to bring him on down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Money to burn.
Spectre, meanwhile, already having the dispersion ready to go. We will see Quilly farm in the bot lane a bit. Doing just fine down here against Invoker. In fact, Invoker getting zoned out significantly in the early game here. But of course, KVH, the farm man himself, the farmer extraordinaire, if you will be your top farmer on the map at the moment. Riser throwing out a fissure there just to block off Jing. I don't believe that did too much damage just yet, but did a little bit at least. And on the bot lane, Quilly gonna blink back in and kill off Jeppins, who was very low under the influence of that dagger. He is going for a Quas Exhort build, although he could easily pick up a point in Wex and change his direction at this point if he so desires. However, having that extra damage against Spectre early is going to be very useful because she is, again, very vulnerable in the early stages of the game. And with the comeback potential in this match being somewhat there, we're going to see her needing to have a really good laning stage. Rubik will take down the Undying up top, who is still level 1. Doesn't have a tombstone to work with yet and really doesn't want to use it till he's about level 3. I wouldn't be surprised if he went down bot and hung out with Queen of Pain a bit just to get that extra bit of experience. Spectre will be bringing out what looks to be most of the urns, so going with the urn build right now. An interesting build to say the least, and Jing going ahead and picking up that heal. I wouldn't be too surprised if he maxed this. TBG has to play very defensive now, whereas usually they're playing very aggressive. I would like to see 1 point picked up in the Maledict, maybe even forgo a point in the cask right away. See if we can do that. But KVH already with the haste rune, trying to find his level 6, only a little bit of XP away from that, and this could be the kill he's looking for. His Bella will turn to throw down the tombstone, will at least get it off here, but should be dying in return. That's another death for your Undying. They're trying to harass out Pete's dad, actually getting a decent chunk of damage off. Spectre with that dispersion is able to return some, but it's not nearly enough as Lina will take her down. Gyrocopter picking off the Witch Doctor with a flat cannon shot that just went astray there. Invoker even helping out with a Stun Strike, although he won't be rewarded for it since he did no damage. I believe, anyway. Zeus already up with the Soul Ring, though. He's doing quite well for himself, but not exactly to the degree that Lina is. Lina definitely succeeding overall here. As on the bot lane, we will see Jing move down and try to harass out Jeffins. 2 against 1 here. Can they bring it down? Jeffins just not enough damage to bring down Quilly. And Quilly with 2 points up in the Shadow Strike is also going to be able to harass him out a good bit. Z-Rock is going to continue getting harassed out up top, as he probably will be for most of the game. He is working on an urn, but again, is not getting very much farm at all. Only sitting on 10 last hits 5 minutes in. This is the kind of farm I get, and that's not saying it's good.
Yes.
That's saying specifically that it's not good. It's actually pretty bad if it's the kind of farm I get. Lina activating a regen rune right now, so we'll have that to work on already. And Spectre once again going down to the Gyrocopter. The downside of Spectre losing the lane this far is the Gyro is getting quite fat. 2-1 and 5 at this point. And Bella's going to go down as well. That's another kill for him, making it 3. As they'll have 1,000 in the bank. Could go for something like a Hand of Midas, but they don't exactly want to play passive against this Spectre. Spectre will be picking up the Urn of Shadows recipe. She's desperate to go ahead and spend her gold, I'm assuming. Yumo gonna get bursted down on the bot lane. This is a good pick off for KVH and company. Has a good first use of the Laguna Blade as well. Jing in a little bit of trouble. We'll get stunned up briefly here, but not a lot of mana on the Lina. He does want to throw out the cast, but it won't be enough, and Jing could go down. One more right click should do the job, yep, and it will. Double kill coming out for KVH, who's now on a dominating spree. And Boreal starting to look pretty steamrollish this game. Looks like they could tie things up between them and the Business Gaming. Soul Rip off to clean him up, and a nice double kill for Jink here. This is pretty big, as we'll take a look at the spell recap, or the fight recap, excuse me, in a second. KVH tries to get some return damage in there. Yep, that's already 1,000 gold swing. A little bit of that going to Spectre, but mostly going over to the Witch Doctor, who'll be able to finish up his mana boots as well as pick up some extra utility items in there. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go for something like a magic wand here. Spectre's ult coming out though, trying to do some damage to these heroes. Actually will help Jeppins finish off the Queen of Pain on the bot lane, or excuse me, help the Queen of Pain finish off Jeppins on the other hand. And Spectre, of course, getting some assist gold for that as well, and that's going to help her out quite a bit, as she's now sitting on an urn, has 2 charges on it, and is going to get those phase boots up very quickly. See Invoker possibly looking for a hand of Midas here. Could just be power treads though, easily. Now the Sword Invoker, of course, hand of Midas is very good, but Z-Rock could be in a lot of trouble. Will try to back off right here. Bella gonna be able to throw down the Tombstone as well as a Soul Rip to heal up Z-Rock just enough. And that level 2 Tombstone doing a lot of work. In fact, Rubik, he's become a friend of the zombies now, and they're going to take him down. Bella, with one more swing in there, they're going to try to go on Jeppins as well, as Jeppins tries to turn around, trade some hits with the zombies. Z-Rock will actually be able to pick that one up, and it's a huge comeback for TBG now. Z-Rock not even picking up boots yet, but now up to 1,300 gold. Could be looking at a hand of Midas for himself to, handle that. Meanwhile, Jake gonna get taken down by KVH with a nice combo there. Suze not doing a lot of damage, but they do still have a lot of nuke, and Quilly will be able to secure the kill there. Now Suze almost getting hit by that Sunstrike, but that's a mega kill streak going the way of Queen of Pain. That's a lot of gold going her way as well, as 550 goes over to her, and she'll be able to start making quite the comeback. This is the kind of movement that TBG needs here in the mid-game situation. Are going to be treads up for the Spectre, amplifying her illusion damage just a little bit, while sacrificing the extra move speed you get from phase boots and the little bit of raw extra damage you get on your main hero. But of course, that's going to synergize nicely with the Zeus, and this is something I haven't talked about yet, but of course, the Zeus-Spectre combo, it's a very big deal this game, in my opinion, because it sets Spectre up to get kills. This is the kind of situation you want to pick Spectre in, where you have someone to do a lot of damage to the entire enemy team, then you just press R, and you act like the janitor. You just clean it on up. Z-Rock in a little bit of trouble. Nice Sunstrike out there as well. I think that was a Soul Rip used to heal and keep Spectre alive. And actually, the zombies could be taking down Rubik here if he's not careful. Now, since it's still only a level 3 Tombstone, well, actually, level 3 is pretty good. They do have the ult up for Spectre. Should be TPing back home. This is a move I like to use myself. You TP back home back to full health. They don't have a Zeus ult available, but she will be able to possibly throw off that ult and pick off someone like the Rubik, maybe even Riser, if they're split off enough. Actually, Pizza Dad gonna go down in the mid lane to Jing, who will take a little bit of damage from that ulti, but not quite enough. Now here's the Spectre ultimate. She's gonna actually go in on KVH. Will miss the dagger though. This could just be a I need to get back to lane, and I need to get back to lane now ultimate, which is kind of the other use for it, but it is unfortunate to see that used for that purpose. We see a regen rune. Jing not taking it yet. KVH gonna back off. So he's going to be sitting about 300 gold from a Yules at the moment. Well, we'll see Flower Box Man over here. Coming down, Quilly gonna get lifted and dragged back into an Echo Slam. It comes out just on the one, but it's enough to secure the kill. So Boreal gonna pick that one up. They're doing pretty well this game. Let's take a look at our golden XP graphs and the overall net worth. Boreal sitting about 1,000 ahead. As you can see, they had that monumentous advantage, but when that ownage streak came out for TBG, it really drugged them back down. Now they're starting to regain the advantage, but Spectre rising up in the ranks here. Does have a little bit of gold to work with. 2, 3, and 4. Not the best KDA, but definitely not the worst you could have here. As, could just be like 0 and 19 or something. Obviously. Pizza Dad going to be picking up a Helm of the Dominator very soon, it looks like. Although he is working on what appears to be a Map 1 as well. Z-Rock going to get wasted by the Lina. The cast not going to bounce in the right way, so KVH maybe just run rampant over these heroes. We'll get another stun off, and Bella, he's got to do something. He needs to heal up the Witch Doctor. It's not going to be enough. He gets a very short duration ult off. There is going to be another decay spam coming out, but is it enough? It doesn't look like it, as KVH is going to get a triple kill up on the top lane. And could go down to these zombies. Unfortunately, though, the Yules will keep her alive to fight another day. Invoker now getting his Midas up. Keep in mind, just about 4 minutes ago, or maybe even less, he had just the glove and a little bit of money in the bank. It's the American dream for Invoker right now, as they're actually going to go after KVH. Z-Rock can't quite catch her with the phase boost. She is going to be much faster than he is, especially with the Yules comboed up as well. They did use the Zeus ult recently, so it's not going to be quite enough.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Jane gonna get stun out to Jeppins. Not quite enough. And that is a very long cooldown stun. Not exactly the thing you want to just throw out willy-nilly, as he seems to have done here. Going ahead and using up the pain. Will be a Sunstrike to come in and finish things off, as Rubik will be able to grab himself a Scream, because apparently Rubik couldn't Scream before, especially not in pain. But actually, Jaden could be next on their shopping list here, so they'll pick him off as well. It's now ownage for Boreal, as they gain about 500 gold from that fight. Spectre's still trying to farm up here, not doing too well. It looks like it's going to be a Blade Mail for her. But we shall see.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Blade Mail, a very good item on Spectre. I mean, she already reflects up to 22% damage with the dispersion. Why not reflect all of it, you know? However, of course, you've got to be able to do some damage yourself as well and actually be tanky behind it. Quilly, meanwhile, gonna get jumped on bot lane, just enough lockdown to bring him down. There's your ult from Earthshaker, and that clears the way for Spectre to go in. She knows she's actually safe now as she comes into the fight. Invoker could be going down. He does have a lot of HP regen and some sick charges. Undying will finish him off here. Earthshaker gonna go down at the hands of the Witch Doctor as well. That's a triple kill for the team, but Spectre gonna fall for it. Witch Doctor as well. KVH coming in and cleaning up right now, as he will find Bella. Over here is, well, maybe not going to take him down. Thinking twice under the tombstone, but his Shadow Blade is up for him in the stash. Little do the side of the business gaming know, and this could get very scary for your Spectral lady right now. Spectre actually buying a Clarity for some reason. Sure why. Pizza Dad finding a small stack here. Decent bit of farm. He'll actually be picking up a Yasha. I mean, the discrepancy between these carries is absolutely insane right now. They're actually sitting at about double the last hit differences. Pizza Dad, they'll get an ult blown on him, but he will get away. And that is a big commitment, and not getting anything out of it is really going to hurt them right now. Queen of Pain, yeah, not sitting on too much, as Bella does pick up a Ogre Club. And it's rivaling the Spectre's net worth at this point. I mean, Ernest and Jing get cliffed. And they know where he is, too. Queen of Pain's here, but she doesn't have that ultimate to come help. Now, the task will be bouncing. He will get a good ult off. It may even bring down the Rubik, as they do commit a Zeus ult as well. Spectre ult on cooldown for 10 seconds. Not sure he'll be able to take down KVH, especially with the Shadow Blade up. I would assume the Business Gaming have seen it now, so hopefully Spectre won't come on in here. But a huge stack up for Pizza Dad. So he'll be able to start clearing through it immediately with this Helm of the Dominator. Yep, he's going to just start chewing through that to get his farm up. Lots of tankiness up on him. I mean, the Yasha and the Power Treads even switched to Ant, give him a good chunk of armor. He's also got the Helm, of course, and the Ring of Aquila. He's got enough to sustain against these creeps, and now he'll be finishing off the whole stack. Basically getting himself a good 1,000 gold here in the last minute. Meanwhile, I mean, we look at the other core. Spectre is struggling to even get a Blade Mail, which is only a 2,000 gold item. Gyro farmed half of that in just a few seconds there with the stacked camp. Spectre not having that luxury, but of course having the luxury of going much later in the game should she need to. But there is the Blade Mail up. That'll help her a lot because a bunch of this damage is coming from burst damage. And meanwhile, she's actually going to go down bot and try to pick off Jeffins, possibly. Or just harass him out with the dagger for a second here. Not a ton of right-click potential at the moment, but...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It is alright here in the early game for her. We're going to see KVH still Shadow Bladed up here, actually in Vizrune. Keep him alive. He's going to be just fine here. It won't run out anytime soon. Actually, a Sentry Ward gets placed down, and Jing is like, oh no, what am I doing? Okay, chase her around a bit. Now go. Because 3 heroes are here. She will self-Yules up in the air, but will end up going down to the Zeus ult. And we're wasting no time. Z-Rock coming on in with the ult, helping Queen of Pain bring down the Shaker there. Will get up to the high ground and actually de-ward that ward. 600 gold for him and a good chunk of gold for the team. Actually, those 2 pickoffs getting them 1,700 net worth. And beginning to turn this game around once again. I didn't quite see what the XP change was for that fight, but Jing working on a Scepter. Undying, still just getting this casual Ogre Club. Could be a Scepter, could be a BKB. BKB wouldn't be bad this game at all for him. And once again, guys, a big shout out to all of you for coming out to Truesight TV. It means the world to us.
Bottom tower is under attack.
We couldn't be happier having all you guys here, so thank you once again. Give yourself a pat on the back for us. Meanwhile, if you're not yet over on our Twitch channel, you can check us out at Truesight TV on Twitch and at Truesight TV 2 as well, which is where this particular game is being broadcast. Zeus ult will be coming out right now. Do a bit of damage. Z-Rock doesn't have his available, but we'll have the Blade Mail to turn a lot of damage back Pizza Dad's way. In fact, that ultimate basically finished him off. Sunstrike will come out. A Zeus ult stolen by the Rubik will actually take down Spectre, and Queen of Pain is going to get her revenge on Rubik for that one. Ooh. You do not want to mess with her. Riser coming on up. Will get briefly stunned, but still able to throw out the fissure. An Echo Slam as well. Quilly actually getting healed up by the Bloodstone since Zeus just went down there. Should be able to trade enough hits with Riser to get away and blink away in time. Securing that Scepter. Finishing actually once more. Is going to bottle up a little bit here.
Top tower is under attack.
Not actually going to go into it just yet. We'll buy out the Scepter though. If we get that whenever, of course. It's not really going to matter at the moment since the ultimate will be on cooldown for 100 seconds anyway. Despite her picking up the Scepter now. It won't be until she uses it next that it'll go on cooldown for her. The 40 seconds. And actually, Spectre ult coming out. They're going to go on in on Jeffries here, who does not have an invoke available. Only 2 points up, and then he won't be able to ghost walk out of this one. Witch Doctor ult being thrown out as KBH, taking a lot of damage. Invoker already going down here. Z-Rock can't quite track down KBH. It's just not enough damage coming out. Invoker will buy back into the game, ticking into the fight. Now, nice cast bouncing out between the team. Invoker will be delayed via that, but a Sunstrike coming out on Zeus will help finish him off. Gyrocopter moving around right now. Wilson Team getting lifted and taken down there, as Rubik with the paralyzing cast will be able to bring him on down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So overall fight recap gonna favor Boreal because, well, it only showed one of the kills in the fight, as Cold Snap gonna come out. Spectre could be in a lot of trouble here. We'll throw out the Blade Mail and at least dish out a lot of return damage here. Zeus finishing off the Lina with the Bolt, and there's Zeus getting another kill on the Rubik. Now, Cask was stolen. Rubik able to harass him out of it, but Spectre with her 3 Arn charges and also this Ogre Club that she's picked up. I'm assuming it's going to be Sanj and Yasha Spectre at this point. It's not a bad build by any means, but it's definitely not the best build. The best build being Gradients. Preferably very quickly. Spectre walking away from that fight with a whole lot of gold. Same with the Zeus, who actually has 2,200 to work with. Undying still not upgrading this Ogre Club into anything, which makes me believe he's saving for a Scepter. Although it could still be BKB. They cost around the same amount of gold, only about 300 to 400 more for the Aghanim Scepter. Boots of Travel are going to be the choice for the Zeus here. Meanwhile, we are going to have the Yule's out. Lina stun combo coming through. There's the Laguna Blade, and just a fissure there to protect her as well. Lina going to be getting a lot done, and we'll be well on her way to that Ags in about 500-600 more gold, plus another 1,000 because I didn't math correctly. Actually, Invoker getting jumped on the mid lane. He will actually get a Tornado ready because he's not looking to escape. He's actually just looking to counter-initiate, but unfortunately, it fizzles out after just a few feet, as he's only level 15 at the moment. Even with that Midas for the levels, he's not getting a whole lot out of it.
Bottom tower has been denied.
Excuse me, had a bit of snot. I know that's not a nice thing to hear, but that's life. Riser actually could be in a lot of trouble. We'll get an Echo Slam out as well as a Sunstrike coming out. McQuillan throwing out an ult will end up dying. Zeus trying to stay alive here. Not able to Bloodstone Suicide with a minute to go. Could have potentially saved Queen of Pain, but Gyro gonna get a good pick off there. Even if they have to commit 2 ultimates to it, that's still very, very useful. Of course. Wow. Really need a Kleenex, but not going to be able to find one right here at the moment. Continue to form the jungle for a bit. Once again, a big shout out to all you guys for coming out. I know I say it a lot, but it does mean a ton to us, even if it's just about 10 viewers at the moment. It really helps us out a ton. Just for a few viewer numbers. We are going to have Olin Gaming up against Be More Zen later on tonight. Should be a very even match, as neither team has won a match in the Join Dota League just yet, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, and I am not. Olin sitting 0-8. Be More Zen sitting 0-6. And we will see how things shape out for them. As Olin did look okay last night against E-Hug. It didn't quite work out perfectly for them. So we'll be able to see what's going to end up tonight. Big ult coming out from the Zeus, same with the Spectre. It looks like she is deciding to go into the gyrocopter right now. Will get stunned up, but is taking a lot of damage. The Blade Mail going to return a bunch of that damage back at KBH. Pizza Dad going to end up going down to the Undying, who will be splitting with assist. A steal there from the Rubik and Mini Undying. Going to go down to the Queen of Pain ultimate. There was a Witch Doctor ultimate somewhere in there, but it ended up getting canceled. And Riser getting away from the team right here. Nice escape from him. Jeppens. He's going to be able to get away. So.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower
Spectre is going to be able to take that mid tower, and it will be the completed Sanji Yasha now. Going to make her a lot more effective in the fights, where previously she has not been very effective at all. Now going in on Jeppens. Riser going to come on in and looks to be the target. A whiffed ult from Quilly though, and a big Echo Slam coming out from Riser as the Laguna Blade will bring down Spectre. It actually helps bring down Riser as well though with the dispersion damage. But that will be a pretty good pick off there for Boreal, coming off the foot of a pretty ugly fight. They are still sitting at about a 4K gold lead, but still not getting a huge advantage out of this. In fact, the Zeus still staying afloat here. It's one of the problems for TBG. We often see them with their mid player doing very well, their safe lane player not doing too hot lately. We'll see a tornado come out. Suze will be able to blink away in time now. So that will be the end of that one. Selena is going to have a BKB ready to go now. Not opting for the Aghanim Scepter as I thought she might, but magic damage is a very big deal for this team. Of course, with Zeus on the team, you have to make some magic damage happen. Make the magic happen indeed. Jing, gonna get lifted, just set gently back down. And they actually will get a stun off as well as a Witch Doctor ulti. Will be able to secure the kill. Didn't even have to use the Zeus ult there. Spectre now picked up her Sanji Yasha as she has respawned. I'm really interested to see what her next item will be, but she is going to go ahead and ult up here, moving down to the bot lane to try and track down the Invoker, and saying, you know what, let's just head about the jungle for a second. Although I can say, if a ghost was haunting you and then just decided to stop, personally, I wouldn't complain. I'm not too much of a subscriber to the whole ghosts thing, though, so. Guys, if you're in chat today, just a quick question, suggestion type thing. If you don't mind throwing out a comment about the casting, what you liked about the casting, maybe what you didn't like. Any constructive criticism definitely helps. Whether it's you really like the casting or you need to fix this. As long as it's not just you bad. Because that doesn't help. Yeah. Anyways. Invoker trying to make use of his Midas. Does have 5k gold here. Could be working toward a Octarine orb. That's what I'm assuming it is now that he's picked up Soul Beacher. A very nice item on Invoker. He's only about 500 away from it, but Jing getting taken down, and I think the sound of Jing will be rather in the pockets of Boreal as they walk away with a bunch of money for that one. Spectre ult not up for 15 seconds. Will pop the Blade Mail right now, but Glimmer Cape protecting the Earthshaker at the moment. There will be a Zeus ult out as he is somewhat panicking, about to drop on the top lane. Does have a buyback available though, at least. But Rubik able to steal the Zeus ult himself and holding on to it as he hasn't had to use it just yet. They do have two Glimmer Capes up on there. And that will actually secure Invoker his Octarine Orb as... Okay, I guess he just farmed it. There. I thought he was participating in one of the kills, but apparently not. But a very useful thing for him, of course. For instance, a lot of his spells you can see here with much lower cooldowns. I mean, Cold Snap on a 20-second cooldown, Ghost Walk only 35 seconds, Ice Wall 25 seconds. Hey, wait a second, those are the regular cooldowns. Well, that's strange.
Dire's top tower.
Anyway, it's like Force Spirit 22.5 seconds now, which is quite a lot of uptime. I mean, they're already up pretty much constantly with a few points up in Quas, but this basically means you can resummon them if they go down. You can sacrifice them to the towers, keep your few graves alive. Meatball going to be much more useful at only 40 seconds as opposed to like the 55 or so that it would be, if I'm not mistaken. Courier scouting the way here. They are ready to smoke up, and it looks like Spectre is going Scotty here. So the sort of fighting crowd control-ish build that we see on Sniper, sometimes even Troll, sometimes even Juggernaut. Gonna translate over to Spectre. Don't have the Mask of Madness, but you'll be just fine with that, of course. The extra move speed from the Sanjin Yasha is very nice to have on the hero. And of course, with neither of those items touched in 6.84, it's still a very viable build. The Mask of Madness may be discarded from it in most cases. We can occasionally see this build on Shadowfiend.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And actually, Gyro going to come out right now. Zeus ult to follow, as they will throw down the Laguna Blade. Spectre does not have a buyback though, and wasn't able to get a good ult off. However, it's 1-for-1 right now, but Gyro did have the Aegis to work with to bring down the Tombstone, and now Zeus in a lot of trouble. Will just Bloodstone suicide. And meanwhile, on the bot lane, Jeppins, he contributed with the Sunstrike to that team fight, I'm assuming, and is able to take down the bot tower. We'll have his Midas ready in just a second. He doesn't want to go in against these heroes, and maybe his hesitation there, almost his downfall. He is able to force staff himself away, though, and also Ghost Walk on out. Is sitting at level 20, only 5 levels from that beautiful flower of a deafening blast that can come out.
Well-gotten gains.
Sorry about that, I've got a bit of a sniffle here. As there is indeed an MKB up for the Gyro, so lots of damage coming out from him in future fights. And he will be picking that up right now. Sitting down, well, let's see B-Scroll, actually, of all things. He does not have a buyback available, but they're not in too much danger of losing him, as he has only died 5 times out of the 38 deaths on the team, or 27 deaths on the team, excuse me. Actually, Spectre going out, doing a good chunk of damage, almost taken down Rubik up here, but of course, without detection, they have a hard time tracking these heroes down. Meanwhile, Lina will take down the Queen of Pain. Jing will go down as well. There's a buyback instantly from the Queen of Pain. They know they have to take this team fight, but can they in time? Quilly will at least bring down the Earthshaker, who had been able to use his Echo Slam relatively recently. Queen of Pain gonna blink away, but on the run from a not a Clockwork Missile, a Gyrocopter Missile. We'll get bonked. Just a second here. Sunstrike not going to connect. Just a little too far forward. Zeus ult will come out. Z-Rock does not have an ult available, but they will be able to at least bring down Pizza Dad. That's a pretty big kill for Spectre. She got about 1,300 gold off that. However, it's not enough to get another part of that Eye of Scotty. She does have Dust, which is going to be very helpful in these fights, considering the amount of Invis that Boreal have picked up. But of course,
Radiant's
won't be
bottom tower is
too
under attack.
useful if she's dead. So definitely want to get those stats right away. Dar's Courier finally getting back up. It did have the smoke on it the previous fight, but Nothing else. And Spectre, I'm hoping is saving for buyback. Does have the buyback available, but of course wants to get more stats up as soon as possible. For that eye of Scotty. Still at 5th place though. This hero not doing too hot at the moment. Arthur, meanwhile, just using Tornado and whatnot to farm. Keep in mind he does have that Octarine Orb, so his cooldowns are much, or at least 25%, or exactly 25% rather, lower than they would be under usual circumstances, we can say. Riser up top is going to get scouted out with the Zeus ult. They should be able to get a pick off here. They will grab him with a pure damage. Spectre pops the dust and finishes the kill here. And that's going to net her a good 500 gold or so right now. Meanwhile, Spectre ult going to come out. See a lot of damage going their way. It looks like Bella just going to TP back home for now. Spectre actually trying to chase down Pizza Dad. He doesn't have a TP up at the moment, though. Which is quite surprising. It looks like Suze is going to be picking up a Sheep Stick as soon as he can get that courier back to the fountain. That's going to be a pretty big pickup, assuming Suze doesn't get, well, picked off beforehand. Seeing as he has no buyback. Would be available, but of course, spending that gold on the Sheep Stick may just save that berry.
Dire's top tower is under
Very important.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Quickly getting healed up now as ults galore come out. They've actually managed to get the fight away from the tombstone. Now Quickly going to beat KB up and move forward. KBH starting to drop 200 HP. Shadow Blade away now as Jeppins goes to Biz and grabs the double damage. He's actually got a lot of move speed right now. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it looks like a BKB was popped by Gyro. That was his 8-second BKB. And he's going for a Satanic as well here. Still has a 1500 to go on it. Quilly almost getting tracked down by that Sunstrike there. KBH still very low. They don't have a Spectre ult available for 20 seconds though. And that's where things can get pretty bad for her. Actually getting chased down by a missile could be a whole lot worse. The Spectre now turned into a pig. And the team seems to be abandoning her. Although the enemy team doesn't look like they really want to engage into this at the moment. Just a minute. Sorry about that, guys. Figured I'd run and grab a Kleenex, blow my nose real quick. So, well, we had a slight lull in the action, so I'm not sniffling the rest of the game. Hope you guys will appreciate that, even if it comes at a cost of not casting for a moment. Anyway, so you take a look at our net worth graph. We do have about a 15k gold lead for Boreal. They've managed to solidify for a while. XP sitting at about 20k at the moment. Is it enough to make a difference here? That we will find out. We are going to see smoke coming out on these heroes at the moment. Going to move toward the bot lane. Satanic is now up on the gyrocopter, so they will spot out these hordes over here. Not much they can do about them, as actually Zeus ult does come out. They have a Spectre ult available, but they're saving it for the moment. Spectre will be able to possibly find the Rubik here if he can just see him, and he's going to get hexed up before that's going to be the case. Can't quite get to him right now. Will ulti up here, and Undying will actually end up bringing down Rubik with the zombies. Blade Mail coming out from the Spectre will turn around to focus Pizza Dad, but currently the blunt of damage being focused her way does have enough gold to buy back into the game, but unfortunately no ult available to get right back into the fight. So we are going to see Undying actually picking up on Perseverance. He has picked up that BKB a while back, which you've seen used multiple times, of course. But, probably going to be used for a refresher here or a Lotus Orb. Lotus Orb would be very good on the Spectre. Not only would she return the damage with Blade Mail, but she'd return all the spell effects and also the damage with that Lotus Orb. If Lena were to ult her, I believe that would be the only thing that would do it. Gyro, I keep forgetting if Missile doesn't say. We'll kill it. But anyways, towers being attacked here as the missile will come on in. We're going to see a buyback out from Spectre, and this is the moment where the Business Gaming have got to make something happen. An ult out from Queen of Pain that is going to miss. Once again, we do see Witch Doctor, though, on the back lines, getting the big ult off on a Pizza Dad. However, the Satanic may be enough to keep him alive, not to mention he also has the Aegis to work with here. Zeus going to suicide with the Bloodstone and also buy back into the game right now, but Spectre going down to Invoker over here, who claims he must have just stepped on something. You stepped on a ghost. I'm not sure how you accomplished that, but somehow did. And we are going to see Decay stolen out by the Rubik. Now, somehow the top tower getting taken down. We will see BKB come up from Bella, but is it enough here? He needs to drop a tombstone or something. Quilly trying to keep Pizza Dad back. It won't be enough. The Sunstrike going to do a lot, and Pizza Dad's attack speed combined with that mini bash can do a lot. Azusol being stolen and turned right back around on him as he gets hexed up, turned into a pig, and brought down. Quilly running for the fountain now. Pizza Dad seems to be raining havoc upon them. Still has the Satanic and the Aegis up once again. So not in any danger of going down anytime soon. But TBG still not calling it quits until the Fat Lady sings here. The only Fat Lady I see on this map is Lena. As Spectre and Queen of Pain don't quite have her degree of farm. It's not working out too well. Really getting taken down now, and they are all dead. In fact, Gyro diving the fountain against Jing, who will throw out the ulti. One more right click will bring him down. He does at least do a lot of damage to the Gyro in the process, but it's not going to be quite enough to finish him off. Gyro is actually building a Daedalus as his 6th slot item here. Aegis getting reclaimed, well, in 3 minutes. Doesn't really have a way to spend it. Can they possibly make something happen off the Spectre ulti? I don't know, but they do get a very well-placed tombstone out. Z-Rock actually blade mailing up here and will take down Lena or Gyro with her. But unfortunately, once again, Gyro has that Aegis available. He'll actually have his Daedalus complete now and pretty much one-shot the Undying. GG will be called by the Business Gaming in this best-of-2 series that goes 2-0 for Boreal. Now, that will put these two teams at a tie before next weekend's playoffs. And let me real quick see if there's a tiebreak. Teams will play a best-of-1 to determine bracket placement for playoffs. I'm not sure when these will be played, but next week we should have both the upper and lower brackets. 2 matches for each, it looks like, and those are all best-of-3. So be sure to come back out. Of course, you can find all the information about Saturday Dota League on their website. You can also buy the ticket in the Dota store to support the teams as well as the organizers. And if you want to support the casters, you can follow us at Truesight TV on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and of course here at Truesight TV 2 as well, which is, of course, affiliated with Truesight TV. I'm SP Revolution 5. You can find me on Twitch at SP Revolution 5, on Twitter at SP Revolution 5, and on Facebook at SP Revolution 5 Dota. And I'm going to be calling it quits for the moment, guys, as I have a couple things I need to take care of. I'll be streaming a bit later, though. I think we're going to be casting Olin up against Be More Zen in about 2 hours. So stay tuned for that. That'll be over on Truesight TV 1. And I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching once again, and have a good night.